Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name again is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of the show. I'm also CEO of Mage LLC, the management consulting firm. And I want to thank our friends over at the Social Scene. If you don't have the Social Scene, take a look at socialscene.me and learn where our social life and your social life is going in the next millennial. And my co-host, as he's giggling away, is Peter Myerson from the law firm of Cohn, Rasnick, Myerson, and Plout.
Always great to be here, Jeff. Thanks.
Thanks, Peter. You know, this is a guest where I have trouble turning the mics on because I'm so busy talking to him with them off. It's our Breaking Barriers reporter. It's Robert Trestan of the Anti-Defamation League, ADL. Welcome to our show.
Great to be back here.
Thanks. So much going on in the news that I read every day about hate and where it's going. You want to talk to us about that?
Yeah, we are definitely seeing a surge, and that's why you're reading about it. That's why you're seeing it online, and that's why it's making headlines on CNN. The environment in which we live in this country, and in fact globally, is changing dramatically. And we are seeing a surge in anti-Semitism here in Massachusetts, but globally and across the country. People who are, some of the traditional hate mongers, whether they're attacking Muslims, Jews, Christians, or people who are gay, they're coming out of the woodwork.
Right. This is their time. They've been waiting for a long time, and it seems like it's the style for some people to come out and express hatred.
Why do you think they're coming out now?
Well, there's a couple reasons. One of them is just the whole political environment. And we're seeing in many ways a mainstreaming of hate. And so when young kids see people who are running for the highest office in the country, or even leaders in their own communities using Holocaust analogies, being critical in very hateful ways and using offensive language, it basically sends a message, you know what, it's okay to do this. And when they say people on TV, on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, posting, pretty disgusting photos, creating memes of officials and calling them out because of their race, their religion, or their skin color, it opens the door. And, some of the people running for office, Trump is one of them. Some of the language that he uses encourages others to do the same.
But you can't put the genie back in the bottle. I mean,
Can you?
Or can you? I mean, I think the question really is I happen to agree. I think.
America became more civil after the McCarthy era.
Well,
it became
you know what,
more tolerant after the McCarthy era.
Or did the haters just go more underground? I mean, that's the question.
That's a good question.
Well, some of the haters have been here all along. The internet has changed it dramatically, and it has allowed people who hate to connect with one another in a way that pre-internet they never were able to. And so now they're actually able to communicate. They're able to plan.
To be a group.
Yeah, I mean, they're in some ways they're an affinity group, but they're able to disseminate their message and communicate with one another and be more organized than they ever were before.
What bothers me, Bob, and maybe this isn't what you wanted to cover, it's the student. It's the high school student. It's the college student. When I went to college, I thought of myself, and you and I grew up in the same area. I just thought the world was free and it was an integrated society, accepting of difference, and classrooms were filled with discussions around acceptance, around difference, and a new sort of world order in that time. It was a different generation, I understand. But today, I know students are scared about not just their identity being public, but even being in public places, where they're walking in a school, where they're being, who they're walking near in a school, who they're eating near in a school. Students are scared.
Well, I can tell you that one of the, at the Anti-Defamation League, we do an audit of anti-Semitic incidents we've been doing it for decades. And we noticed this year, sort of mid-May, we started looking at our numbers for 2016. And typically we don't release our numbers till much later in the year. And we noticed this year that school-based incidents, particularly in Massachusetts, on anti-Semitism I'm talking about, were skyrocketing. And in fact, our numbers for the first 5 months of 2016 in tracking of anti-Semitic incidents in Massachusetts are already more than in all of 2015. And we're seeing a tremendous surge of school-based incidents. And we really wanted to raise the level of awareness because it goes to the point of, can you put the genie back in the bottle? We may not be able to put the genie back in the bottle, but we can focus our efforts on kids in school because they are actually, their behavior,
Impressionable.
but their behavior, whether it's in school or on the playground or on the school bus, they learned it somewhere. And some of it may come from home, some of it may come from this, this political environment, some of it may come from the devices that they're so connected to. So that's our best shot. Our best shot at the future and our best shot at changing things right now is not going to be with some of the adults, but it's the impressionable
Right.
middle and high school kids. We need to put our efforts
I agree.
at working with them.